Hi, guys. Welcome to my weekly Facebook Live show. I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of the Profitable PR Pros community and the founder of Generation PR, which is a full-service PR social media marketing firm here in Los Angeles. And we specialize in promoting beauty and cosmetics, baby and kids, and health and wellness brands. And we are going to talk today about, honestly, my favorite topic, which is starting your own PR firm. Take that leap. And I love this topic. It's why I created the Profitable PR Pros community. We're going to dive in to some strategies and things you should be thinking about. But the reason that we are talking about this today is because this is one of the most requested or most asked questions, I should say, in our community. Ignore the doorbell because I'm going to. This is one of the questions we get asked the most. It's how do you get over the fear of making the leap? And the leap could be leaping into PR as a brand new, kind of new career path altogether, like I did, because I was a civil litigation attorney before I started my business. Or it could be leaving an agency. I'm just trying to clear off some of this stuff off my desktop. Okay. Leaving an agency and starting your own. Hi, Mo. Okay, I'm going to just make sure I can see everyone's comments. So it's quite early for you right now. It's about 8 a.m. Hi, Mo. So yeah, I wanted to bring this up because I feel like the new year is the best time to start thinking about going after your dreams, maybe, considering a big life change. And, there's so much flexibility and freedom and income potential that comes with running your own PR firm that I really wanted to walk you through some of the things you can do. Oh, you're only 2 hours behind. Okay, Mo's in Hawaii. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 2, right? Because I'm here in Los Angeles, but there are certain things you can do that will help you ease the fear, give you more confidence, help you prepare. It's that preparation that gives you the confidence to move forward and, knowing that you know what you're doing, knowing the value that you provide to clients, all of that adds to your confidence level so that you can feel really like you're serving your clients in the sales process and confidently start your own agency, knowing that, the service you're going to provide is probably even better than the service they could get at maybe a bigger, more established agency. We've seen that time and time again in our firm. They love the small firm. Clients love the small firm experience. They love working with small firms because they're getting access to senior PR pros that are seasoned, that have media contacts, that are going to be really involved in their campaigns. So I want to talk about ways that you can kind of squash that fear and take the leap, start your own firm. I mean, if I can transition from being a lawyer with no formal training, I did this 16 years ago. I'm like, is it 17 yet? So this year's 16 years with no contacts, no experience. I just walked out one day. I mean, I gave notice and they were like, bye, you don't need to give notice. You can just pack your desk and go. Like, this is literally how kind of cutthroat it is in law. I mean, it was basically like I gave notice on a Wednesday and they were like, you can sort of transition off by Friday. Savage, right? Just like you are not, there's no value. Hi, buddy. What do you need? What? All right, we got a Pokemon Go situation happening. Mm-hmm. I'm on Facebook Live. Do you want to say hi to the people?
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
We got one more week of break, and we got our buddy here. So it's live. It's live, folks. That's just what happens. Okay, go catch a big whatever you get. You're gonna get no chill. Yeah. So working at a big law firm. I gave notice, and I was just like, I'm pursuing another career, and they were like, see ya, sayonara. And that's just the way it went. And I walked away from a 6-figure nice salary at 27, 28 years old and was like, I'm going to give this a go. And I was kind of betting on myself, right? Like when you just are starting out, the odds stacked against you are really your confidence in your own ability. I mean, if you can conquer that, and that's what people talk about with the fear, it's, then you can kind of see that with your business, sky's the limit. So, there are ways, like if there's other training or things that you need, there are resources out there. We're going to talk through like 5 different things that I want to recommend to you as you consider this transition. But it's that when you take this leap, the net will appear. And that's what happened with me. If you think you're going to plan, and like Mo here is a great example of this, where she kind of made the decision, or like tried it as a sort of, not a side hustle, but like a side project, knowing that this type of work had always really interested her, and then submitted that proposal, and it got reviewed and approved by the Pentagon because she's in the Army. And that was the catalyst for her to say, I'm going to open my own PR firm. She is now a fully incorporated LLC, Orchid Communications. And this happened so incredibly fast. And what I see in Mo that is so impressive, and Mo is going to share her story more extensively and intimately with our community very, very soon. But what I see in her is that she took the leap, she is taking the leap, and the net, she's building the strategy on the way down. Like the net is appearing on the way down, right? So it doesn't mean you should just up and quit your job without a plan. You should have some idea about what you need to do in order to become a successful PR pro before you fully commit to making that leap. So that's what I did. I had a plan in place. I also gave myself a runway, 6 months. I said, I'm going to do this for 6 months. And if I'm not getting traction, or it's not working, or I don't like it, I'm going to figure out something else and go back to law or whatever. What is happening here? So have a plan at least, and a kind of a runway, so you could take the pressure off of yourself to say like, this has to happen today, because nothing happens overnight. Nothing really happens overnight. You have to sort of build it and know that you're going to ramp up. We had a call yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, for Agency Accelerator Plus. And we talked about annual revenue goals. And then we talked about breaking it down into quarterly goals. And obviously we discussed that there's no expectation that, let's say you want to make $100,000 this year, you need to be making $8,300 this year, or this every month. But you can't expect in January that's just going to happen. You have to like ramp up to those goals so that you can ultimately get there, and give yourself time to get there. But at least you have your sights set on what it's going to take to do that. So knowing it does take a little time, and you give yourself runway without making yourself crazy, stressing you out. But that also means, who is calling me? It also means that you have to give yourself that, kind of luxury of time, and not make yourself crazy. You have to have a budget in place. Somebody is calling me, and I don't have my phone because my son just took it, as you saw, to play Pokemon, and who knows what is happening. Let's see if he walks in with the phone. Oh my God. How do I sorry, this is annoying. So it's just crazy here. Super in line with what's already going on in 2021 is that this would be a kind of already like a shit show. You guys are all friends, so we can all just be like, it's par for the course. Okay, so give yourself also some financial runway. Plan for 3 to 6 months, and give yourself that space to see your vision and see your dream through. And the reason that I created the Pitch Lab and created some of these programs in this community is so that we could hold your hand and give you the exact steps that you need to take in order to learn how you can do PR as a service and score really top tier, high quality press features for your clients. And we're also here for you as a community. The support and love that everyone here gives is so immensely powerful. Even, I'm getting so much value out of this community too. So that's why you're here. So just know that you can lean on us to train, educate, and inform you and give you strategies that work, and then lean on this community for the support and confidence you need. And you can see tons of questions being asked here in the Profitable PR Pros group that will help give you the confidence. Like we just had a member of our Agency Accelerator asking about raising her rates with her very first client, and we had 30 different people all weighing in, basically saying the same thing. Like, it's time, the value you bring to this client is so impactful. It's time for you to raise your rates in line with what the value is you're delivering. So think about the confidence that gives you before you have those hard conversations. So we are here for you. But here are some things. Mo is saying, hi, Mo. Again, all of the programs have been instrumental, yes, in my career. The community, we've got you. We all hype each other up. Yeah, and it's genuine. Like, this is the kind of people that are attracted here are, there's a feeling of abundance. There's enough work to go around. We know that together, like, a rising tide lifts all boats. And so we can all build each other up and make our community and our profession better and more collaborative. And those are the kinds of people that are here. So it's another reason I'm extremely grateful for this community. But the other thing I had to do for you is kind of put together, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 things that you can do to work on that fear. So we're gonna just kick the fear to the curb when you're thinking about taking the leap and starting your own PR firm. So the first thing is kind of accept that fear. Most of us are scared of diving into the unknown, that uncertainty and unfamiliarity of not knowing what's going to happen. That's what lends to the fear. We're scared that things could go wrong. We're scared that we don't have control, that it's going to be uncomfortable, and maybe it won't go as expected. And that's totally normal. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay to be scared. Taking this leap of faith and throwing yourself into the unknown, it's really rewarding. And it's these big risks that have big rewards. Kind of conveyed that to my husband as he left his very secure W-2 corporate job many years ago and started out on his own with no guarantee of any income whatsoever. And it's scary because so much of it is out of your control. There's a lot of safety in knowing that paycheck is coming every 2 weeks. But think about the fact that a lot of people lost their jobs in this pandemic, and that's out of your control. So when you're in charge, you can pursue opportunities, you can put your foot on the gas, and you know that you're really betting on yourself. And that those moments of fear are kind of when you break through to the other side, the biggest growth tends to happen. So just know it's okay to feel that fear. And number 2 is it will get easier. So starting a new career, a new business, pivoting in your professional life, it's never easy. And at first it might be really hard, but staying in your comfort zone, it's not getting you where you want to be in life. So when you set these kind of big, hairy, scary goals, you need to kind of go down a path that's new and different and take the road less traveled in order to achieve those goals. And it's hard to do new things at first, but eventually you'll find your way and you fall into this groove, and you also discover things about yourself that give you more confidence. They show you what you like, and they also show you what you don't like. If you start to pay attention to those feelings you have and pay attention to the signs and symbols and things happening around you, you'll start to see a path for yourself and say, okay, tried that, didn't like it, never going to do that again. And you go in a different direction, and you look at all of these decisions and experiences as stepping stones. We always talk about stepping stones, and one thing leads to the next opportunity. So, it gets easier and you get more comfortable and you get more confident in what you're doing. Hi, Latrice. So it gets easier, and it also helps when you know that you're helping. It also helps when you have someone helping you along the way in your journey. Okay, and Mo is saying, do not stay in your comfort zone. You will not grow there. With that said, you learn so much about yourself outside of your comfort zone, and you eventually become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Yeah, there's a lot of like truth to that. You get comfortable, and that's also part of that imposter syndrome. It's like you're feeling that discomfort and fear because you're stepping onto a greater stage, you're stepping up in a bigger way and serving in a bigger way, and you're doing something you've never done before in a bigger, in a bigger setting, and maybe the odds are a little bit bigger. So that's what imposter syndrome is. It's a feeling of growth. So lean into that. And number 3 is start small. Taking a leap doesn't have to be this huge thing. You're kind of allowed to dip your toes in the water. So start out doing PR maybe for one client, even just as a one-off project as you're doing your current thing. That's how I got started when I was practicing law. I had a client on the side that I worked on unpaid, and I loved the work so much. I thought if I can actually get paid to do this, this would be my ideal career. And that was the impetus to leave. My first paying lead ended up being the impetus to leave my job in law. So try it out. See how it goes. Try several different clients in different industries and see what you enjoy doing the most. And you can absolutely start your own PR firm as a side hustle at first before committing to it full time. Maybe you call yourself a freelancer, or start out with smaller clients, start smaller retainers, just to get that experience and see if you love it and what actually you do love about it. And then okay, I'm in, I'm all in. This is it. This is my dream. I love it. I'm going for it. So that's, a way to go about it. Start small. It doesn't have to be like rip off the Band-Aid and declare in grand fashion, I quit, and walk out in a huff. Like, plan for it a little bit and start small, love it, and then grow into it. And then another thing, find mentors. Find a mentor and ask questions. So one thing that causes fear is this unknown, right? You don't know what's going to happen. It's out of your control. So if you're starting to pivot and do this and you want to start your own business, there's going to be a lot of questions that go along with that. So one great way to ease fear that you might have is to get those questions answered. So you might be scared because you don't know how to handle certain situations, but if you have a sounding board, you have a mentor, you have a community, and somebody who's been successful, or a community of pros that are successful and sharing their experience with you, that's going to give you a lot of confidence and help you overcome that fear, because you have answers from informed people and you can learn quickly from them. So that's a great way to, learn and get confident. So I honestly am so glad. It's one of the best decisions I ever made, taking the leap from law and starting Generation PR. It was super scary at first, especially feeling like I might have been letting people in my life down, feeling like possibly leaving my career in law that I worked so hard for was felt like almost a failure in and of itself. But it wasn't. It was just another step in my path of stepping stones towards finding the thing that was actually the right fit for me. Doing what I did in law as a litigator and saying, okay, that's not for me. I realized I needed something more creative. I needed Mo's saying, that's the beauty of Jen's programs. If you're on the fence, don't be. YOLO. Yeah. And I think we opened the Agency Accelerator. It's just open, meaning like the website just is not redirecting to a waitlist anymore. It's, I think, open for enrollment if anyone wants to learn more about it. But it's just generationacademy.com/agency. I'm just going to put it. I actually am curious. Sorry. Is it? What's going on? Agency Accelerator? Is that right? Is this right? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, it is open. Look at that. I have not looked. Here, if you want to learn more about it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just this really amazing time right now to take control and, make a decision and look at what you've done and didn't like, and maybe you're feeling a lack of control right now. A lot of people feel that way, and it's why we launched the Pitch Lab back in April, May of 2020, we just wanted to give our community more training so they could have other avenues to earn income and be able to provide PR as a service. And our community members are crushing it. We have a winning pitch vault that members share their wins, their winning pitches, and the press that resulted from them. And it's just awesome to see people really polishing their skills and raising their rates and making more money and really taking control into their hands of how they're going to earn a living, who they're going to work with, how much money and earning potential they have. All of that's really exciting to me. So it's scary at first, but it ended up being the best decision I ever made. And it's understandable if you might be a little nervous and you're venturing out into a new adventure, something completely different and unexpected in your life, but the end result is so rewarding and totally worth it, I promise you. So if I can help you, or this community can help you in easing some of that fear, answering some of those questions that are unknown at this point, hit us up. You might get 30 answers that give you that confidence. And we also have this really great resource. I'm just going to post it here. Whoops. It is the PR Insider Secrets. So we asked a bunch of successful members of our community to share all of their insider secrets. We asked all of you what you wanted to know. We had several questions that emerged as some of the most common things that people were interested in knowing about. We asked them, and oops, I didn't post it. And we got this amazing resource together with a lot of also pro tips on how to approach the media right now, what's working in generating new client leads, what's working in landing top tier press. It's a really good resource for you, totally free. And I will stay on for a minute if anyone has a question. Sometimes people post questions here and I can answer them. I know the world's a lot chaotic right now. And I debated not coming on today, but I just wanted to show up and be here because we said we would give this info to you guys. And I don't know, I just want everybody to be safe and healthy. And, this is a time in our lives where we could sit back and say that so much is out of our control and this pandemic sucks and the divide in our country sucks. But when you take control of your career and your earning potential, it's very empowering. And that's why I show up every week. That is why I'm here every single week. Yeah, thanks, Mo. She said, thanks for coming on. I look forward to Thursdays. And I look forward to seeing you here every week too. And I love that Mo's a paid member of all of our programs and she's still coming on for free training and engagement with us. So, I'm noticing that the people that are in our communities that are having the most growth, the most traction, the best results are showing up for themselves and putting in the work, doing the work, investing in themselves, taking this seriously, implementing the strategies they're learning, and, holding nothing back. And Mo is a great example of that. And that is why we are going to be featuring her prominently very, very soon. Very excited. But anybody else here has any questions, let me know. Did anybody set any New Year's resolutions or choose a word as your intention for the year? I'm actually still perusing my theme word for the year. Last year, my word was simplify. And it kind of extended to every single thing, that every choice I made, every thing about my house. It was like, is this simplifying my life or is it complicating it? I started to realize like all the kitchen gadgets that I had to try to simplify my cooking process wasn't actually simplifying. It was adding to the clutter, which meant it was harder to put away clean dishes, and the drawers were piling up with stuff. It was just too much stuff. And I was always trying to organize my stuff. So it was like, if I have less to organize, I have less to manage. So we started giving things away that were lesser used kitchen tools. There's a really amazing Facebook group. Maybe there's one in your community, but it's called, where I live, Sherman Oaks. It's called Buy Nothing Sherman Oaks. and people offer up the best stuff on there just for free and say, hey, I'm done with this, I want to pass it on. Last week I got a free bike for my son, and it's awesome. It has gears and it's like really nice bike, and the woman is just like, we're done with it. And I'm like, oh my god, I want this bike. So we're gonna go bike riding this weekend as a family, and it just feels good it feels lighter to cast those things off and give yourself that lightness and space when you aren't so weighed down with stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff in this house, between two kids, a husband. We've been here for 10 years, and there's crap everywhere. But so we're trying to cycle the things out. And so that was last year, was simplify. Simplifying everything in my business, creating processes, all the systems and processes that we've created to run our agency that have simplified and saved us time and helped us make more money is all in the Agency Accelerator. That was a big part of last year and what we were looking to do. And so this year I'm still trying to decide. I'm still trying to settle in to this year's word. And Mo is sharing this year, her word is grace. Grant myself grace to embrace this new journey as I step into a new path in my military career and agency career. I'm super hard on myself, so I'm granting myself grace to learn and understand, and most importantly, allow myself to feel all my emotions deeply. That's a beautiful word. That's really great. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, let's go easy on ourselves. This is a big change, big time of transition. I like that word a lot. I think that's a beautiful intention for the year. I'm trying, I kind of feel like my word this year is going to be energized. Almost like reinvigorated or energized. I want to feel more energized in my personal life. I mentioned last week, a lot of what I say to myself all the time is, I'm so tired. And I am always so tired, but I realize when I act more energized, I feel more energized. When I say to myself, I know I'm tired, but I'm going to get on the bike and I'm going to exercise, then I feel more energized. When I want to have more energy, I'll go to sleep earlier and get more sleep, and then I have more energy. So that's in the personal life. And then in the business, I want to feel reinvigorated and share the passion I have for my business with this entire community. Our success path for our community really energizes me. So we're going to be doing a lot this year to show you that success path of kind of coming into profitable PR pros and then checking into the pitch lab to really hone your PR skills and train and feel really confident in the service you're offering, and then coming into the Agency Accelerator, and then coming into Plus, where we coach you and support you in executing all the strategies you learned, and then getting you into the right tools to grow and scale your agency, like Covered Press. Several of you are already using the software for Covered Press. So, whoa, okay, that's interesting. My husband's website was deleted, which is very, very odd. What is that? Oh, that's crazy. I don't know. I'm like a hot mess. I have so many weird injuries right now. I don't know. Yeah, so I think Energized is going to be one of my guiding principles, or maybe my word of the year. I have to really think about it. And then also, just how do you want your business to feel this year? This was one of the discussions we had yesterday in the coaching community, the 3 words that will help guide your decisions. How do you want your business to feel? And then allowing those feelings, if it's light, if it's inspiring, if it's making an impact, then things that come your way that don't align with those words you've chosen to guide how you want your business to feel, it's very easy to say no. It's a very easy choice. You don't have to hem and haw and say, wow, is this something I should consider? I don't know. I feel like I'm letting this person down. No, you can know confidently that this choice is easy to make because it doesn't align with the vision and values you have for the kind of business you want to have. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been chatting about in our community, and hopefully these simple strategies will help you overcome that fear, and having a plan, being informed and educated, but also being like Mo and learning as you go, and not having it all figured out, but knowing you're on the right path and knowing that you are betting on yourself. that's a great place to be in. And if our community, our trainings, our programs, and mentorship can help you overcome that fear with confidence, we are here for you. So 2021 can be your year. It's going to be our year, and it starts now. So thank you for being here. Stay safe and stay healthy. I really appreciate you being a very important member of this community. And if we can help you in any way, you know where to find us. Take care. Bye.